time ago, in a galaxy far, far away.
Feel, don't think.
Fear is my ally.
The Force will be with you.
We are encouraged to love.
Be mindful of your thoughts.
I will not betray the Republic.
Hey, your worship, I'm only trying to help.
Scruffy-looking nerf herder.
I'm not afraid.
You must unlearn what you have learned.
So the last 3 episodes, 7, 8, and 9 of Andor. Spoiler alert. I'm going to spill the tea, so if you haven't seen it and you don't like spoilers, don't watch this. Anyway, so we find Andor on Yavin. He gets a mission to go back to Gorman to pretend he's reporting on the uprising there because it's getting hot, and he's tasked with assassinating Dedra Meero, which is like, what's that gonna do? You have to get rid of Krennic and you have to get rid of Tarkin. Those are the people you go after. You don't go after low-level functionaries like this. But here we are. So we get to Gorman and the Bolshevik Revolution, French style, starts out, and they're all singing songs and shouting slogans, and it's getting hot. And Andor goes out with his new little toy rifle, and he can't stay in his room because it was above him are stormtroopers, and he knows they'll kill him if they see him in there, and he's pointing a rifle at the boss. So he goes out onto the plaza and gets caught up in it, and it's getting worse and worse and worse. The problem is that all the people here, they're all armed, okay? They're all armed. They have rifles and pistols, and they're hiding them, and they're gonna go down swinging. So the Empire decides to send in the cops. These are the cops. They have riot gear on and the shields, and they don't have the orders to move in yet. Dedra doesn't want to do that, and you can see she's having kind of a hard time with all of this. And she's human. She's not Grand Moff Tarkin. She's a human being. So then we got the stormtroopers coming up to the steps, looking down at the monument and all the people on the square. Let me tell you something. If you've ever been to a protest, I've seen protests in DC, there's nobody there. They spent $750 million and couldn't get more than this for the extras. And all of the costumes. It looks like they broke into Waterloo Bridge costume department from back during World War II and took all the costumes out to have everybody wear them. It's distracting. Okay, this is distracting. Then, of course, they start singing their song, and started by that guy that looks like he should belong on the hit team that killed the Tsar. And it's not the Marseillaise, but it's in that mishmash kind of language that they came up with. And I know Tony Gilroy thinks he's really special for doing this. He looks like an idiot. When I see this, he looks like he understands nothing of Star Wars. There's no heart or soul into it. There's no hope. You've got one little dude telling Cassian Andor, rebellions are built on hope. Where is it? Where the fuck is it? Okay? Because it sure as hell isn't in Mothma's speech, which we'll get to on the flip side of the video. And it's not down here. Look, I don't care if you like it, it's stupid. So we've got Dedra with her downturned mouth, looking out at the crowd with her security guy. And she's watching this, and she's got a guy in a black uniform who's like the boss, and like the military guy. And he's like, I want to stop this right now. She's like, wait. What she doesn't know is Cyril's down in the crowd. He ran into the head, Gorman, the designer with the gray hair. And Cyril beats the shit out of him. So we've got Cassandra Andor down in the crowd. He's got his little rifle out, and he's trying to get, every time Dedra goes up to the door or the window, something happens, like when the riot starts, explosions, etc. And he just can't get a good shot. So he fails. All right, that's his one mission, was for some reason, what a great idea, to assassinate Dedra Meero. Again, low level, functionary. Then we got Cyril, after he beats the shit out of Rylance, walking around the crowd with this stupid look on his face. And when the riot starts, he's just kind of dazed, standing there, not getting shot. Not even an errant blaster bolt. And it's really funny, last week, was it last week? Lesbo Dyke got killed by friendly fire. He's just wandering around, unscathed, right? And he's like, in complete shock, I was lied to. No shit, Sherlock, you think? This is just, what the fuck, okay? I don't like this character. He really does look like Ted Bundy. I mean, he really does look like Ted Bundy. So he goes back to find Dedra, finds her, she takes him into her private office. He proceeds to choke her. He's gonna kill her. Then she says what she says about everything. And he tells her it's over, and he leaves. And he goes back into the crowd. And she's trying to get her guys she gets her guys to go looking for him, but they never find him. And it's the end of their insane relationship. He's looking for Mommy. And he found Mommy. And then when he finally acts like a man, it's too late. He tries to take control of his of all of this. Too late. All right? It's asinine. So eventually he runs into Cassian Andor as Cassian's about ready to kill. Actually, he finally has the drop on Dedra, and all of a sudden he's just tackled. And they get into a huge fight, and actually Cassandra Andor gets his ass kicked by the biggest pussy on the planet in the galaxy. And it's a bitch fight is what it is. I've seen roosters get into more violent fights than this. And he's getting his ass kicked by Cyril. So Cyril actually gets his rifle, aims it at him. And this is about, I'm like, just kill him. All right, we know he has to die in Rogue One, but would anybody be shocked if he fucking died? I mean, and would we care? I mean, the only character in this sequence I like is the droid they destroyed that ends up being K2SO. That's it. That's all. All right, that's it. So Cyril raises the rifle, and Designer Rylance, the leader, blows his head off in time. He picks up a blaster and shoots him right in the head. And Cyril is dead. So we've lost Lesbo and Cyril, all right? And the stakes are now really high because now the rebellion has a reason to start moving along. Okay, it has a reason to be. So let's talk further on the flip side.
In keeping with the trusty adage, starve a cold, disgust a fever.
Pardon me. I have to go poke out my mind's eye.
What an odd combination of odors. Smells like a fish died and all the other fish sent flowers.
Excuse me. I believe I asked you to put a chick in this and make her gay.
So, I miss this guy. And it's not that the recast was bad. Actually, it's the only time I've ever seen them recast a character in Star Wars that works. But they didn't need to do it, and I don't believe the scheduling conflict. Benjamin Bratt does an admirable job. He actually looks a lot like Jimmy Smits. And he has a lot of gravitas. It's not the same, but he has a lot of gravitas. My problem with this is they make him look stupid. All right, he has a team ready to extract Mothma when she's done with her speech condemning Palps, right? And Bail Organa doesn't realize that the lesbo that's a part of the team isn't one of the Empire's finest. You know? Are you shitting me? They make him look stupid. All right, this is not a stupid man. All right, he stayed behind. He did all this stuff to protect the rebellion. And he would know right away if something was off. Okay, the guy survives by instinct. So he basically tells Mon, I've got a team and we will get you out. Mon works on her speech. They find a listening device. And she decides she doesn't trust Luthen's guy that's with her. So she fires him after they find the listening device. And so she decides she's going to go along with Bail's plan. And it was a perfectly fine plan. But again, they make him so stupid he doesn't realize the ugly dyke is a bad guy, which is fitting because she's that. And Mon is just, she's basically kind of clueless about this whole thing. When you watched Return of the Jedi, did you ever get a sense that she didn't know what the hell was going on? The lady had gravitas. Genevieve O'Reilly is a great actress. Here she is with Stellan Skarsgård, and Luthen is telling her, there's a rotten apple on Bail Organa's team, don't trust him. And it's like, it's not that you can't trust him. Who's on the team and why doesn't he realize it? Wait, I'm Tony Gilroy, and I'm going to fuck this up. This character up. You know, it's like, just, if you can't write it, if you can't cast the role with the original actor, then don't. Okay, go away. He was great in Kenobi, by the way. But Luthen tells her, I've got a guy. The guy is Cassian Andor. He goes from going back to Coruscant to helping get Mon Mothma out. And again, you know, we've got, before the speech, we've got Bail Organa introducing Mon Mothma and basically overriding the rules because there was a rule put in there by the Emperor that said he could do that, so he did it. And, you know, if you're Imperial security, wouldn't you be going, why is he doing this? Isn't Alderaan supposed to be one of us? So Mothma makes a speech that was about as inspiring as a toenail. And I'm like, really? This is her speech? So what they want to do after, when Andor gets her out, Luthen's people, is they want her to broadcast a speech as far across the galaxy as she can. She's not a leader. She has no leadership qualities. You know, I feel bad for Genevieve O'Reilly, but she's not playing the role with any gravitas. Like, okay, so here's Andor, and I think that's actually Bix. But he's on his way going to do something. He gets in before the Imperials can lock up the joint and gets to Mothma. Now, Bail Organa's people, the black guy, finds out that Lesbo is basically a bad guy, and she kills him. Okay, and she and her friend, her witless counterpart, go down to the loading dock where Mon Mothma's walking out with Andor, and Luthen's people, the guy that actually worked for Mon Mothma, helps, gets everybody down on the ground, and Andor shoots the ugly dyke. All right, here they are leaving. They're trying to get the hell out of there right now. And Andor gets in the car after he blows her driver away. And Mothma's like completely like horrified. I mean, when Andor shoots the woman, she's like, you shot a woman. He's like, come with me. You know, I don't have a problem with that. If that was Han Solo, I'd be cheering right now. But Cassian Andor shooting a woman is like a woman shooting a woman. Okay? I mean, I'm sorry, Diego Luna is as masculine as a neutered dog. Okay, he's just, there ain't nothing there. There's nothing there. Okay, so he then shoots her driver. She freaks out again. I mean, she's completely like, she almost shuts down. She's almost catatonic. All right, in the back of the car. He drives like a maniac, gets to the hidey house that he and Bix had been in, and then is told he and his team have to go back to Yavin 4, and Mothma would be brought in by Gold Squadron, and they would make a big fucking deal about it. Of course, this is me. You don't want them to know where your fucking base is. Yet you're bringing her in with a fucking parade to broadcast a message to the entire galaxy that, I don't know, maybe the Empire could actually track it. So I'm like, completely like, you gotta be shitting me. And Andor gets back. He tells Bix he wants to leave. He wants them to have a life together. He wakes up and she dumps him. Tells them they have to win the fight, and she leaves. And so he's walking around the base with tears in his eyes, right? Then he's called out because the droid he brought back from Gorman, the Imperial droid, they might have been able to give it life again and give it a different personality. And they all get in there. They've all got their blasters out. And K2SO is born. And Alan Tudyk, this is one of the few bright spots in this whole show. All right, when he opens up his mouth. All right, it's finally, you have a feeling of maybe we'll get some Star Wars. And there were, to be honest, more aliens on Coruscant. I think they heard us complain. But still, as far as it being a great TV show and great writing, first off, the side talking, with all the noise, you couldn't really understand what they were saying. Second of all, we've never gotten a real answer of why Jimmy Smits didn't reprise his role as Bail Organa. Maybe he just didn't want to come back to Kennedy era Star Wars. And, until, things improve, I'm not coming back kind of thing. I don't know. What I do know is that, we were left with this $750 million budget, beautiful costumes, you know, but we get to see London again because they filmed in London. That is not a volume stage, a lot of it. And I'm sorry, I don't like that because I've seen that in real life. Okay? That's part of my problem. And why does it cost that much money? Okay, these are the questions that need to be asked. And there's a lot going on. Disney had its second quarter earnings call, and I forgot about it because I was watching this garbage. And Kathleen Kennedy had a very interesting interview on public television, which I'm going to watch and then get back to you on. So this is Steph, signing out. See you around the galaxy.